Namaste. Today we are going to study one more problem of internal reconstruction. Look at the balance sheet. Aroma Limited, 31st 3 2016. Authorized capital, equity shares of rupees 10 each, 2 lakh. So this we are not using anywhere. This is just for namesake. Paid up capital, 12,000 shares of rupees 10 each, 1,20,000. Out of which there are calls in arrears. That means they haven't yet collected the money of 3,000 shades, 3 rupees each. See, the face value is 10 rupees, but they have received only 7 rupees of 3,000 shades. So, pending amount, how much they have? 3 rupees on 3,000 shades, 9,000. So, whatever amount they have collected is only 1,11,000. Clear? Creditors 15,425. Provision for taxation is given. Goodwill, land and building, machinery, stock, debtors, cash at bank, preliminary expenses, profit and loss account. Here you see profit and loss account brought forward. The previous years they have given and the less present years, that is current year's profit, they have deducted and they have given this much. So when profit and loss account appears on the asset side, it means there is loss. So we can take only one figure for the calculation. So this much loss we have net. Okay. The directors have made a valuation. Here they found that the machinery was overvalued by 10,000. What is the machinery value? 50,850. Okay, actually the value is overvalued by 10,000. That means the real value is 10,000 less. Might be 40,850 is the real value. Okay, that we have to write in the balance sheet. But here they are showing 50,850. So whatever overvaluation is there, that we have to write it off. They have mentioned here we have to write off the deficiency, that 10,000 we have to write off. Then profit and loss account we have to write off, goodwill, preliminary expenses, all these things we have to write off. So there is a reconstruction scheme. So how we can gather the amount, how we can collect the amount for reconstruction. See, one by one, forfeit the shades on which the call is unpaid. So we have to cancel the forfeited shades. Then reduce the paid up capital by 3 rupees per share. So capital, paid up capital 10 rupees, we have to reduce it to 3 rupees we have to reduce. Then reissue the forfeited shares at rupees 5 per share. So whatever shares we have forfeited, we have to reissue. We have to issue to the public at rupees 5. Utilize the provision for tax if needed. So when they have given like this, first we should consider which are the things that we have to write it off. Okay. Then we have to calculate how much money we got, how much money we saved through these reconstruction initiatives. If the amount is less, then we have to use this provision for tax. See, provision for tax, we can use maximum 4,000. If we need only less than 4,000, the remaining amount we have to write in the new balance sheet. Okay, we can see one by one. Here they have given again repeated. The shades on which the calls were in arrears were duly forfeited and reissued on payment of rupees 5 per share. Same thing. Prepare capital reduction account. Here they have given journalize about transaction and draw the reconstructed balance sheet. The first entry. Forfeit the shades on which the call is unpaid. So what is the journal entry for forfeiture? Equity share capital account debtor to forfeited shades account. So this is the journal entry. If there are calls in arrears, we have to write on the credit side. That means equity share capital account. Here we have to write the full amount, 10 rupees. 10 rupees is a face value. So 3,000 shades. You know it is given. Here it is very clearly given. Arrears, 3,000 shades. Right? So same thing we are writing. Equity share capital account 3,000 shades into 10, 30,000. 2. Calls in arrears. So arrears we have to write 3,000 into 3. Whatever balancing amount is there, that is the forfeited shades. 2. Forfeited shades account 3,000 into 7. How did we get this 7? 10 minus 3. Correct? So 30,000 into 3. Sorry, 3,000 into 3, 9,000. 3,000 into 7, 21,000. The second journal entry, reduce the paid up capital by 3 per share. Observe this very clearly. Here they have given reduce the paid up capital by 3 rupees per share. So in the previous examples, they used to give the straight amount, a straight figure. For example, 10 rupees share got reduced to rupees 5. Like that they used to give. But in this, they have given reduce the paid up capital by 3 per share. This is net 3 rupees reduction took place. So you can write in either ways. See here, you can directly write equity share capital account debtor to capital reduction account. Here they have given 3 rupees, right? So total 12,000 shares were there. 3,000 we have to cancel it, no? So it will not come because there is calls in arrears. So remaining whatever net amount, net shares are there, we have to multiply it by rupees 3. Rupees 3. So it will be 27,000. This is one method. Equity share capital account debtor to capital reduction account. So how much they have given? By 3 rupees it is reduced. So total number of shares 12,000 minus 3,000. Net shares we have 9,000 shares we have. 12,000 minus 3,000. 9,000 shares we have. So 9,000 shares into 3. 27. So you can write directly as they have given reduced by 3 rupees, right? Another method is as usual. How we are writing? Equity share capital account debtor 9,000 shares into 10, 90,000 to equity share capital account to capital reduction account. So here they have given 3 rupees. So it comes here capital reduction account 3 rupees. So remaining how much? 10 minus 3, 7. So equity share capital account 63,000. Correct? Both the ways you can write. No problem. So here equity share capital account debtor to capital reduction account you can write directly if they have given the net amount 3 rupees. Okay. Next what they have given, reissue the forfeited shares at rupees 5 per share. So whatever new share we have after the reduction, what is the new share value? We have 7 rupees because in the previous point you have seen here, say reduce the paid up capital by 3 rupees. That means our new share which was 10 rupees before, now it is 7 rupees. So whenever we are making the reissue, we have to reissue in a we have to reissue after the reduction takes place. The same amount we have to give. So reissue the forfeited shares at rupee 5 they said. That means what? Actually our share value is 7 rupees now. Okay. But they are insisting us to pay at 5. So 2 rupees loss we have. Correct? So what is the journal entry? Reissuing the shares. How many shares? Forfeited shares we have? 3,000 shares we have. So the journal entry will be bank account debtor to equity share capital account usually. So whenever we are issuing the shares to the public, we are receiving the cash. So cash comes in, right? So bank account should be debited and equity shares goes out, right? So equity share capital account should be credited. So bank account debtor to equity share capital account. It should be the entry. How many shares? Forfeited shares we are issuing, right? So forfeited shares are 3,000. So 3,000 shares we are issuing to the public. But here the twist is we are issuing it less amount. So we have the loss. You know when we have the loss, that should be written on the debit side. All the losses and expenses we are writing on the debit side, correct? So loss and reissue we have to mention here. So forfeited shares account, we have to give the name forfeited shares account. So 3,000 shares are there into the share price is 7. We are issuing at 5. So 2 rupees is a loss. So 3,000 shares into 2, 6,000. Clear? So we are issuing 3,000 shares to the public at rupees 5. So we are receiving the money 15,000. Correct? And we have the loss 6,000. So the share capital, equity share capital is 21,000. After the reissue, we have to transfer the balance in the forfeited shares account to capital reduction account. Just see here, in the first journal entry, we have forfeited shares account, credit side, okay? Credit balance we have 21,000. So we have this much in total, 21,000 forfeited shares value we have. And on the debit side, in this journal entry, we have forfeited shares, that is loss on reissue 6,000. So this much is a loss. So what is the net effect? Forfeited shares, debit balance is more, correct? So forfeited shares account, that is 21,000 minus 6,000. 15,000 balance we have. After deducting all the losses in the forfeited shares account, we have 15,000 rupees balance. This much we have to transfer it to capital reduction account. So this is a saving for us. So after paying the loss, after deducting the loss, whatever we got, the amount in the forfeited shares account, we are transferring it to capital reduction account. So 15,000. So the process of reissue of forfeited shares got completed. Now, okay, we have to write off all these things. Which are the things we have? Overvaluation of machinery, we have to write off. Then the profit and loss account, goodwill, preliminary expenses. So first thing, what we are supposed to do is we have to add up all these things and we should calculate how much money we need. Okay, then we should see in the capital reconstruction account how much money we have. Okay, if we fall short, then we can use the provision for taxation. This money we can use. Add the balances in capital reduction account. Here we have capital reduction account 27,000 credit balance, plus in this entry we have capital reduction account 15,000. Add both. How much it is? Total capital reduction account 42,000. Correct? Okay. Now we have to separately calculate all that. Goodwill, profit and loss account, preliminary expenses and machinery. So machinery, this is overvaluation. Calculate all that. 10,000 plus 20,800 plus 1,500 plus 10,000. Okay. This much we have to write off. Now, this is the total of this is 42,300. Correct. We have only 42,000 in the capital reduction account. So we require 300 extra. So we can use it from provision for taxes. So this is the balance amount. So balancing figure. Okay. So we are using provision for taxes 3,300 rupees from provision for taxes. And we are paying all this. Clear? So capital reduction account data 42,000, provision for tax account 300. Then all these items. So let us prepare the capital reduction account. Here from equity share capital we got 27,000, forfeited shares we got 15,000, correct? These two. Then goodwill we have to give this much, profit and loss, preliminary expenses, machinery account. This much we have to write. Okay, this much we have to give. So total is 42,300. But here only 42,000. So 300 we are using from provision for taxation. Get started. Okay, now the new balance sheet. The first thing, authorized capital, under the share capital. In the authorized capital, we have to see old balance sheets authorized capital. How many equity shares are there? That remains constant. And here, the value is the new value we have to write. Okay. In this, it is clearly given. Equity shares of rupees 10 each, 2 lakh. So that means how many shares? 20,000 shares. Correct? 20,000 shares of rupees 10 each. But in the reconstruction, we have reduced it to 7, right? 7 rupees. 3 rupees was reduced. So now 20,000 equity shares of rupees 7 each. We have to write 1,40,000. And we should not take this for the calculation. Just we are writing. Then paid up capital. 12,000 equity shares of rupees 7 each. We have to write the same. 12,000 equity shares. Right? So if we are issuing new equity shares, we have to add. Okay, here what happened in the problem, total number of shares were 12,000 shares only. Though we have forfeited and reissued the same number of shares, that is 3,000 shares. That 12,000 sheets includes all that. So there is no new category of sheets where we have issued additional sheets. No. So total number of sheets, that is 12,000 sheets, remains constant at rupees 7 each. So that we have to write. Again, there are creditors. Creditors remain constant. So no change. Provision for taxes. In the provision for taxes, what was the value in the balance sheet? 4,000 they had given, right? In the old balance sheet it was 4,000. But what did we do here? Yeah, from provision for taxes we have taken 300 rupees, right? So what is the amount exists now? 4,000 minus 300, that is 3,700. And land and buildings, 20,500. The same amount. Machinery, 50,850 minus 10,000, the written off value. Whatever we had written off, we have to deduct it. Then stock, same thing. Debtors, cash at bank. Here, cash at bank, in the balance sheet, they had given 1,500. Correct? That was there. And what was this 15,000? When we issued the shares, no, forfeited shares, when we reissued, we got the amount, right? Bank account. This we have to add. So old balance sheet 1,500 plus new issue amount received 15,000. So 16,500. The balance sheet gets tallied. So as we have uh, written down the preliminary expenses, goodwill, all those things, that doesn't appear in the new balance sheet. That's it. You have to study, work out, then you'll understand properly.